just the walk of fame?
It's just the walkthrough. Yeah. The real thing's down there.
And the Tom Ford show was spectacular.
He's given his time, his money, his creativity, and his presence here tonight is very extraordinary.
The job he and his team of designers and staff did, just beautiful.
And then plus, this incredible venue. I mean, we're at an airport.
You got it.
I don't think there was a detail missed, and if there was, I don't want to know about it. And I'm sure I will, though.
You got it. All right, you are go.
T-minus 50 hours.
Cubic disco balls instead of circular ones. A total control freak. I'm totally obsessive, as your cameraman will know, because I told him I wanted the light over here, and I hate that, and lower it. And, I'm just complete control freak. I had a great childhood. When I was a little kid, of course, I was spoiled, and I thought I had a terrible childhood. I still wanted more, and I wanted this, and I wanted that, and I didn't like that. It's the wrong color, and I wasn't going to have that. And has the runway been painted already?
Yes, the
so
paper's
it's
over.
correct color underneath?
Yeah, same color as the side walls.
And all the seat cushions have been stretched and tucked, and they're perfect now?
They look much better.
I was constantly redecorating my bedroom. My mother would, leave for 5 minutes, and I'd drag all the furniture into the hall, tell her I didn't like it. New furniture, and I wanted this kind of carpet, and I wanted... When you're doing something so simple like this and so clean, that level of perfection is what really makes it work or not work. The next 6 months of our image, Gucci's image, my career, the public's view of the company hinges on these shows.
For most of the girls that start at their age, I think it is pretty glamorous because we're very fortunate to travel around the world and make the money that we do.
I filed for an extension. I haven't made mine yet. I have till July.
I do mine quarterly, so it's like painful.
Because in the fashion business, you really are only, it could just all go away.
Because you're in a job where people are constantly judging your appearance.
But you can be in style as much as you can be out of style, Bam! You're in, you're out.
I mean, like with my incident that just happened a month and a half ago, I got bit in the face by a dog. I missed out on the whole week because I got bit in the lip and had 20 stitches. When I looked in the mirror after the bite, I thought my career was finished. Only in Hollywood. Most of America, the country, the world, they know what Gucci is. But the fact that it's had this resurgence of popularity in the past 2 or 3 years, and to be a part of the comeback, in a sense, is really an honor. It's going to be a big event.
I'm going to be all nervous around all those big movie stars.
I know you will.
Polaroid camera.
No, you won't. It's going to be fun because you're just as much as a movie star as them. Models are just as glamorous. Well, I think all the girls are stars.
But I think our clothes are a little bit Hollywood, and historically Gucci was very Hollywood.
Here at the Chateau Marmont, you walk in the lobby and everyone's going like this, like, who's that, who's that? Is that really Keanu Reeves? Is that really, whatever? And you're sitting by the pool and you're sitting next to, Bono or something.
And what I tried to do in the 90s was really, figure out who today's version of those old stars were. Who is today's Grace Kelly? Well, maybe it's, Stella Tennant. Who is today's Twiggy? It's Kate Moss. Who is today's Marlon Brando? It's Johnny Depp. Because of some members of the Gucci family who were really obsessed by film stars in the 50s and 60s, we have a tradition of dressing stars. Is there anything we need to talk about? Any problems or anything that's happening?
Well, no, I think that we're really fine right now. What I really want you to look at is the furthest we are with anything is the Fashion Show Theater.
T-minus 6 hours.
Getting very close.
The problem is really that just everything's in its place. We've only got about 5.5 hours left, but it's not refined. you know, it's all smoke and mirrors, and it's about the image and the final version, and very few people realize all the work and concentration and time and sweat and energy and effort that go behind making that image. If you think about beautiful people or beautiful models in the 70s and you look back at them, they were very sexy, but it was a very touchable kind of sexy. And today, you can look sexy, but you look like you might also kill someone. You know, there's a hard edge to today's sexiness. And I really think that so much of this goes back to the AIDS epidemic and to the fact that our lives changed and that really scared us. You know, it really radically affected society. Paparazzi, quite a lot of paparazzi. I hope we should have a great celebrity turnout.
You're standing right now where paparazzi will be.
Well, like a cloud over now, we'll make our own sun. The great news is that our goal was to raise more than $1 million for APLA, and we have passed that goal. One thing that's interesting about AIDS is how dramatically it has affected fashion.
I went out on a date on October 3rd of 1990, and 16 days later, I had a really severe reaction to the infection. I thought I knew everything about how not to get it, but I didn't know enough.
I was talking to someone yesterday, and they had asked me a question about this, and I realized that I was sitting there wearing black. She was wearing black. We were at a table. My telephone was black, her wallet was black, her handbag was black, her shoes were black. And I thought about this because black, I mean, where did black come from? Black has been the color of the 80s and the 90s. And it's not because we thought, oh, AIDS is terrible, everyone's dying, we should wear black. It's because black looks good to us now. Black is the color of our era. But I can tell you just even in my personal life, I know probably at least 50 people who have died from AIDS who were involved in the fashion business. I was very pleased with the piece in The Advocate. I liked it because it was very representative of our interview and what we talked about. There was a little piece in the New York Times the day before saying, you know, Tom Ford comes out in The Advocate, which I thought was so stupid because I've never been in necessarily. And I don't necessarily talk about my personal life, whatever it is. So I wasn't coming out in The Advocate. I was just talking a little more in depth about my personal life than I have before. It's like being host of a party. You know, basically, I have to be nice and smile and greet people and talk to people.
Hey, Johnny, you told me to make sure I came up and gave my love. Good. You love Johnny, great.
The excitement is that it's not, you know, a jaded fashion crowd.
T-minus 30 minutes.
I'm not nervous, but I'm constantly thinking and worried and making sure, you know, it's fake. It takes a lot of energy to seem composed.
I know, I just forgot how I walked, I forgot how I turned. It'll come back to me.
I hope that I never become not nervous about a fashion show. I have to constantly think, you know, if this is a disaster, my career's over.
You know, because one wrong move and my rhythm will go way off and the show is destroyed and go home and kill myself. Become a cocktail waiter in Key West.
T-minus 10 minutes.
I don't know if you were here, if you'd seen it a few hours ago, you were going like, oh, how are they going to do this? Looking at it now, we're going to make it.
Let the show begin.
Gucci takes back.